unboxing for a brand new game that just hit our table. I'm very happy to receive in the post Shaolia Warring States, the deluxe edition, which is currently also on Kickstarter for a reprint of the core game plus the expansion, so looking forward to the outcome of this Kickstarter campaign. Let me show you how Shaolia Warring States looks like and what we find inside the box. First of all, this is one of these rare cases where the game comes with the deluxe edition of the game comes with a sleeve, which looks awesome, and not only the sleeve looks great, but also the cover of the box. So you see my point, I cannot decide which one looks better. I love them both, and usually that's not the case because sometimes the sleeve is much more good looking than the actual cover of the box when they use both the options, or the other way around. Here they managed to do the impossible, to make two great covers so that you can make your mind and you can decide which one you like the best, because this looks great with all this war formation and the war elephants, but also this looks excellent with the statue and the village and the kingdom as you have developed it through the gameplay. So let's open the box right away and see what we find inside Shaolia. This is a game for 2 to 4 players, plays from 30 to 60 minutes, ages 14 and up, and the complexity is not that difficult, it's around 2.4 out of 5. The designer of the game, Hani Chang and Gunto Kim, have made a very good looking game, and I think this must have been one of their targets, to prepare and provide a great looking game which actually is quite a lot of fun and gives a good gameplay to us. So the game belongs to the category of fantasy and territory building mainly, as you'll see through the next video that we'll make with the how to play video of the rules of the game and our final opinion. It uses mainly the dice rolling as main mechanism and worker placement, and let's see what we find inside. So first of all, we find the rulebook for the deluxe edition, which again consists of let me show you, gorgeous art. I really like the art in the game. This is the one from the sleeve cover. The game is broken down in simple steps to follow. This is the intro and the theme and the setting of the game, where the raging states will proceed to warfare. It's broken down in game components where we prepare to play. We find 4 territory boards, one for each player, where we're going to set up our kingdom on these 8 slots. We have the trading board where the different buildings are being offered, different cards, lots of resource tokens, custom wooden resource tokens like life tokens, culture score tracker, damage tokens, blockage tokens, and also gold coins. And here is how you set up the game. This is how it looks like. This is the board for the first player, the second player. Here you have the market row and the board at this section. The game starts pretty let's say peaceful, and then as you develop and install more of the cards and buildings, then you start ravaging war to your opponent. You can win with 2 different ways in this game. You can either achieve victory by damaging the opponent's palace and inflicting up to 12 damage points, so you win by elimination, by defeating them, or you can win by acquiring 18 culture score on the culture score track. So we proceed to the gameplay, the object of the game, as I explained, the round breakdown. Every round is broken down in 3 phases. The purchase phase, where we purchase cards and resources. The building phase, where we purchase cards on the territory board and we place them on this territory board, on our kingdom palace essentially. And then the next one is the action phase, where we roll the dice and we take actions associated with what we have installed and built and unleash the possibility of our strategy. The round order is set here: player A turn, player B turn, followed by player A turn, player B turn for the building phase, and then we move to the action phase, player A, player B. So in each of the rounds, the different phases, we have the first player followed by the second one, and then we move again with the first, the second one for the building phase, and then the first, the second to the action phase. The purchase phase is explained here, how it works. The building phase, how you install the new buildings. And the action phase, when you roll the die and you try to allocate it to different buildings and perform actions respectively. This is an example of an action phase, and here are the card abilities explained. You have the different cards by level, card level, which is explained here. The anatomy of the card is thoroughly explained with examples and illustrations. The action command, the card classification. We have gold cards and we have mineral cards. And of course we have culture cards, which provide a means of winning through cultural points. Then we have the attack cards, where you have a lot of interaction by attacking to your opponent. Defense cards, respectively for defending. Trade cards for trade. And then we have all the tokens, which are status tokens. You can have an attack token, a life token, and a blockage token, and any die token that you insert on your buildings. The character card, if you're using the characters and what they provide, they have different benefits. And now we proceed to the game mode. You can play with different game mode, with different sets of cards, and the game and the whole rest of the rulebook, because you see the rulebook is very simple, is in order to dedicate and show you how the different game modes where you can play by scenarios with for 2 players, Warring States, 1 versus 1. You can see the difficulty here, and you can see the cards that you're going to select out of the whole bunch, which are a lot, in order to play the game. Objective of the game, starting, resource and card setting. And then you have the different scenarios. We move to trade war. Obviously here you have more trade in this scenario, again for 2 players, 1 versus 1. Hidden figures, blue diamond, the 3-corner war. This is a 3-player scenario, 1 versus 1 versus 1. 4-player, the alliance, when we have a team mode, 2 versus 2. The Tyrant, 1 versus 2, this should be interesting, it's asymmetric, 1 versus 2. The Rumble, again 1 versus 1. And then we have the deck recommendations, card deck A, card deck B, this is a Kickstarter exclusive, and some FAQ questions for further explanations of all the cards, so nothing is left with a question mark on our heads. The game company is Bad Comment. I haven't seen anything else from their game, but I have to admit I'm really surprised by the level of care that they have thrown in this one. Let me show you exactly now what I mean. The game comes in a box with different storage compartments, lots and lots of cards, as you will see, and upgraded components. So, first thing first, we have 4 boards because this plays up to 4 players. So this is unfolded like that, so it's quite a big personal board table, as you can see, because it needs to accommodate 8 spaces for 8 slots for different buildings. Here's the palace, here's the cultural track, if you manage to win by achieving victory through culture, all the way up to 18, as you see here. I like the fact that this looks as an actual castle, which encircles the buildings that you build. Looks very, very nice. And again, this is from thick cardstock, matte finish, top-notch quality, sits flat, exactly what they should have done with the production. I'm very, very impressed, I have to admit. Again, there is an insert where you can carefully store everything with no problem of misplacing them through transportation. And let's see the rest of the components that we have. These are the mineral stones. There are 20 of those that you find here. Then we have the first player marker, which is this big wooden flag. This is quite big, as you can see, and nicely illustrated. Then we have different resource tokens. These are 15 life tokens here, which have the heart icon. They look plus heart icon. So these are the life tokens, custom wooden resources, very well done. These are these are damage counter. When you inflict damage, they have this broken heart to indicate that the amount of those are damage points received, and they also look very nice, I have to admit. Then moving to the next custom resource, which is the attack tokens. We have 15 of those, very carefully crafted. This custom wooden resource and tokens, you see, they are very, very nice. They have a nice detail. They look like 2 swords crossing. So great job done there, really. Then we have the officers, 20 officers. that they are custom meeples, as you can see, and of course they have the Oriental theme. It's obvious. I like them very, very much. Cultural score trackers, we need one for each player, because essentially this is just going to be these huge chunky score markers are going to be located here, and they're going to move. They look like that, but they're going to be moved further on this track the higher cultural points you achieve, and it's one for each player. The next thing we have is the blockage tokens, which have a lock pad with a number 3. These are very beautiful as well. Then obviously we move to the trading board, which has locations for performing worker placement. I assume we're going to make the how to play video soon. Looking forward to try it on the table. Looks very cool as an idea and as a concept. Then we have custom dice, 12 actually, which is quite a lot, and they are very unique, I have to admit. Even though they are D6, I have never seen something like that. It has a number and it has a very special 2-pip orientation that is unique and different from what we have used so far. So 12 of those custom dice. Then we have the different higher officer, by character card, by culture, different buildings that they're going to create different possibilities for different actions. That is, I believe these are all thick tile, yeah, great quality, matte and linen finish as well, like the rest of the material that you see. Top-notch quality, really impressed by this trading post tiles. These are trading post tiles, which actually I'm assuming they go here for variability with the rest of the major buildings. So next thing we see is we have any die token that we place on some of the cards to make sure that we can put any die there instead of just a simple numeric value that is originally indicated. So there it is. These look cool too. Last but not least, we have gold coins, 12 5-value gold coins. They have the 5 in the center. They are 3D. They feel very nice. I don't know if you can see the level of the detail. This is a very unique golden coin and fits the purpose of the theme excellently. I have many golden coins and many different designs in a lot of games that I have in my possession. I think these are very beautiful. And of course, these are the denominations of 5, and we have 25 denominations of 1, which are silver, and again, they look gorgeous, as you can see. Very unique and different from what we have used so far. Last but not least, we have the deck of cards. We have different cards that I'm going to open and show you briefly how they look like. The art on those is very nice, it's very different from what we have used so far, and I think it stands out in my opinion. It's one of the things that attract me to this game, besides the gorgeous production, which looks totally awesome in my opinion. So let's see what we have here. We have player aids, of course. Let me see the quality of the cards. Yeah, this is linen finish, excellent quality, great stock. We have player aids for the players with all information needed, and then we have the different locations. These are locked locations where you have to start with a locked location and of course pay in order to unlock it. Okay. Then we have this deck here. I'm just going to show you the decks. I don't think that this is a character deck, if I'm not mistaken. We have 17 character cards. Look at the art. How cool is that? Philosopher, build this card immediately. You put an any amount here, that means an any value, and then you gain 1 culture. Strategist, general, alchemist, shaman, rich baby, that's funny. Captain, architect, gorgeous art, merchant, pirate, this is a shady character, and politician, yeah, fits the role, and martial artist. Okay, gorgeous character deck, great job here with this art. So let's see this deck. Let me categorize them first of all by type, because there are more of this type, and then I'm going to pass it quickly through your screen so that you can see them all as per category. I'm very impressed with how the game looks so far. Okay, this is more from that deck, and then we have lots of cards from that deck and some more back from the first deck again. I know I should be more patient when I open decks of cards, but I'm never. Okay, this makes this deck huge. Okay, I suppose these are again some additional character cards. Yeah. I suppose these should be Kickstarter exclusive because they were on their own in one pack, so let's not mix them for the moment and we'll see. We have 106 level 2 cards and we have 48 level 1 cards. You see they have different cards like school, which have the denomination, the title, the icons here, the number that the die is requiring to be activated. Here you need just to roll a 1 and then you gain the result. I really like this type of mechanism. This is infantry, this is an attack card. We have a farm, we gain 3 gold from the farm. Blacksmith, in order to gain mineral, this is the mineral, those nice blue crystals. Barricade, this must be attacked first, so it's like a defensive structure. The market, trade once, it requires an ace. Okay, lots of different cards. I remind you that these cards will be built on these slots here, and they will create a very unique experience depending on what you decide to install on each of the slots, and accordingly play per your style. So level 2 we have smelter, where it gives you 2 mineral. We have a mine, which gives you more chance to win more mineral. A caravan, where you can trade. A wall, where you can, this must be attacked first, and then you can gain 2 life tokens and place them anywhere. That's pretty cool. Then we have the swamp, the fortress. The fortress looks nice. Let me just install the fortress. The temple, which awards the culture as you would expect. The theater, the garden, the library, the shrine, ancestral valley, the gym, yes, why not? Place 1 attack token on an attack card before rolling the dice. Wow, that looks very, very useful when you're deciding to go with an attack strategy. The fleet, the cavalry, the archers, another attack unit, catapult, war elephants, yay, how cool they look, the ranch, and the bank, which awards gold. So as you can see, there is a ton of options, lots of cards to prepare your kingdom and make it very, very unique according to your strategy. So all this look like a very nice set. Looking forward to give this a try. And this is Shaolia Warring States Deluxe Edition. We're going to come back with how to play videos soon on the game. So let me just close by maybe showing you what I suppose they are extra Kickstarter cards. We have the cannon, we have the war glider, refinery, railroad, observatory, the watchtower, this is cool with a beam, and the miner, this is a personality, the character, yeah, the chief, the engineer, and the specialist. Additional cards, I suppose, for the deluxe edition only, but in any case the game looks very full, with a lot of variability and beautiful components overall. So looking forward to giving this a try. This is Shaolia Warring States, the deluxe edition.